Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Pabbly. In this video we are going to learn how you can send webinar reminders 15 minutes before on WhatsApp. So let's take an example that you are conducting a webinar and a lot of people have done the registration for that. Now what happens whenever you create a new webinar in your Google Meet, automatically the same webinar gets created as a new event in your Google Calendar. Now what happens if the webinar date is after 2-3 days, during the busy schedule, your registrants forgets to attend your webinar and you lose a lot of your potential clients. Now what you have done is, you have created a Google Sheet in which you have entered the details of all your attendees or all your registrants. Now you want to send a reminder message to all your attendees or all your registrants on their WhatsApp number just 15 minutes before the webinar. But here the problem is that there is no direct connection between Google Calendar, Google Sheets and WhatsApp. So how to send the WhatsApp reminders? For this we are going to use a software application, that is Pabbly Connect. So basically Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating Google Calendar with Google Sheets and with WhatsApp automatically. So that whenever a new event will be created in your Google Calendar, automatically all your attendees are going to receive a reminder message on their WhatsApp number just 15 minutes before the webinar. So how we are going to set up this automation? For that you need to come to my screen. So welcome back to my screen. Here we are on the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. If you want to reach the dashboard, you need to just log into pabbly.com. From the All Apps section, you need to select Pabbly Connect and you can reach the dashboard. Also, the link is attached in the description box. By clicking on that link, you can reach to Pabbly Connect dashboard. And if you are a new user, you need to just create a new account by clicking on the sign up free button. And you are going to get 100 tasks free every month. Now on the dashboard, we need to create a workflow, okay, like this. And in order to create a workflow, we have to click on this plus sign, create workflow. Now here we need to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as send reminders on WhatsApp 15 minutes before the webinar. Okay, here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on create. Now we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want to send the webinar reminder messages to our registrants on their WhatsApp number just 15 minutes before the webinar. For that, we need to create a connection or an integration between our Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect first. So that whenever the event is created, the details of the event are captured in Pabbly Connect. So just open your trigger window and choose the application name as Google Calendar over here. And here in the trigger event, you have to select new event. Now whenever we create a new meeting or a new webinar in our Google Meet account, automatically the same webinar gets created as a new event in our Google Calendar also. So I'll just show you my Google Calendar. Here you can see that in the month of May, I don't have any appointments or any meetings over here. Okay. And this is my Google Meet account where I am already logged in. Now here I'm going to create a new meeting by clicking on this new meeting button. And now it is providing 3 options. Create a meeting for later, start an instant meeting and schedule in Google Calendar. So I'm just going to select this option, that is schedule in Google Calendar. Okay. Now it has redirected me to my Google Calendar over here. Okay. Now here I'll be adding a title. So let us give it as webinar on share market. Okay. This is the name of my webinar. Now here we have to specify the date and the time. So my webinar will be on 16th of May 2022 and the timing would be 11 AM in the morning. Okay. Let us select the time as 11 AM to 12 PM. Now when we scroll down here, we can add the location also. Here we have to select the calendar. So I have already created some calendars in my Google Calendar account. So I want this particular webinar to be created in my webinars calendar. So I'm selecting my calendar name. Now here we have to add the description for the webinar. So I'm just adding a random description over here. Now if you want to add some guest over here, so you can add the guest. I'm adding Gary Monroe as my guest. Okay. And now let's click on save. Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guest? No, I don't want to send the invitation emails. So I'm just selecting don't send option. Okay, and here we can see that a new webinar is created on 16th of May 2022 and the timing is 11 AM. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect. And now we are going to click on connect. Let's click on add new connection. Click on connect with Google Calendar. Now it is asking me to choose an account to continue to Pabbly Connect calendar. So I will be selecting my Google Calendar account from here. Pabbly Connect calendars wants additional access to your Google account. So let's scroll down, click on continue and give away the access. Authorization successful. Okay, and now the Google Calendar account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now as we have created a connection, here we can find all the calendars that I have created in my Google Calendar account. Okay, you can see all my calendars over here. The same calendar details can be viewed over here. Okay, I'm just going to refresh it for the new items. Okay, and here we can find the webinars calendar. So I'm just selecting my calendar from here and I'll just close these extra windows from here. Okay. And now as we have already created a event or a webinar in our Google Calendar, we are going to just click on save and send test request. Just because after clicking on this option, it is going to capture the latest response. So the latest response, the latest event details will be captured over here in Pabbly Connect. When we scroll down, we can find all the details of the webinar captured over here. Here we can find the created date and time, that is today's date and time. Here we can find the summary as webinar on share market. Here we can find its description. When we scroll down, here we can find the organizer email, other details. And here we can find the event start date, event end date and time. Okay. Here we can find the attendees email address and all other details like the meeting link and other details are captured over here. Now here I want to give you an important information that here you can see that the data has captured immediately. But sometimes it may take some time in capturing the data over here just because the trigger here is polling based and it is going to take time in capturing the response. So if your data doesn't get captured immediately, don't worry about that and please wait for 15-20 minutes patiently. The data will surely arrive. Okay. So now I have the details of all my attendees, all my registrants in my Google Sheet. Okay, I'll just show you my Google Sheet also. So here you can see that I have the details, that is the name, the email address and the phone number of all the registrants or the attendees who are going to attend this particular webinar. So I want to send the WhatsApp reminder messages to these attendees. For that I have to capture this data in Pabbly Connect. So let's come to Pabbly Connect and I'm just going to scroll down, come to this action step and choose the application name as Google Sheets over here. Select the action event as Get Rows. Click on Connect. Click on Add New Connection and click on Connect with Google Sheets. Now it is asking me to choose an account to continue to Pabbly Connect Sheets. So I'm just going to choose my account from here. Pabbly Connect Sheets wants additional access to your Google account. So let's scroll down and click on Continue to give away the access over here. Authorization successful. Okay, now the Google Sheets are connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we can find all the spreadsheets name that I have created in my Google Sheet account. So our spreadsheet name is Webinar Attendees. So we have to select the same spreadsheet name and the sheet name over here in Pabbly Connect also. So let us select the spreadsheet name first. And here the sheet name is automatically captured just because I have created a single sheet in this particular spreadsheet. Now here we need to select the range. Enter range of the sheet, example A2:D2. You can use A2:D to get all the filled rows. So if I select the data in this particular manner by selecting, okay, here we can find the range as A2:C23. But if you are adding the details of your registrants to this particular Google Sheet, then we are not going to specify the end row. Okay, we'll just specify the starting row and column and the end column so that you can update this sheet and the details can be captured in Pabbly Connect. So we are going to just select A2:C over here in Pabbly Connect to get all the filled rows. A2:C. Okay. And now before clicking on save and send test request, first we are going to make this simple response to advanced response so that we can capture the data in the array format. Okay. Let's click on save and send test request. Okay, when we scroll down, here we can find the responses received and all the details of all the registrants are captured over here in the array format. So why we have captured the data in the array format? Just because let's say you have the data of 50 or 100 registrants in this particular Google Sheet. So the messages will be delivered to all the registrants, not only the single one. Okay, so if you select the data in the simple response in Pabbly Connect, the message will be sent to only one of the customer and not to all. Okay. So in order to send the messages to all the registrants, we have selected the data over here in the array format. Now we want to segregate this data. It is just jumbled up. So let's scroll down, click on this plus sign, add action step. And here we are going to choose the application name as iterator. So iterator segregates the data from the array format to the row format. Here we have to choose the array, that is the response result of Google Sheet, which is automatically captured over here. Okay, Google Sheets response result. And now let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the response is received and we have got the details of our first row registrant, that is the name Adam Smith, his email address, his phone number and the row index as 2. And when we go to the sheet, we can find the same row index as 2, name as Adam Smith, his email address and the phone number. So the data is segregated from the array format to the row format over here in Pabbly Connect. Okay. So now we want to send the reminder messages to all the registrants just 15 minutes before the webinar start time. Okay. So let's scroll down, come to this plus sign, add action step. And let us choose the application name as date and time format over here. And here in the action event, we have to select add or subtract time. Click on connect. And now the date and time formatter is connected. Now here we are going to enter the date. So the date will be the event start date. Okay, so let us map it from Google Calendar trigger response. And here we can find the start date and time. Now it is asking for the expression. Provide the amount of time you would like to add or subtract to the date. So I want just 15 minutes before time. So I'm just giving the expression as minus 15 minutes. So we will be getting the time, that is just 15 minutes before the webinar start time, so that we can send the messages at that particular time. Okay. Now it is asking for the to format. In which format you want this particular date and time. So we want the date and time to be in YY, MM and DD format. Okay. So let us select the format as YY, MM and DD over here. Now it is asking from format. From which format you are converting this date. So we are converting the date from YY, MM and DD format along with the time zone also. So we have to select the same format over here, that is YY, MM and DD along with the time zone. And now let's click on save and send test request. And here in the response we have got the date as 16th of May 2022 and the timing as 5:15. So it is correct according to UTC time. We have given the time as 11 AM. So 11 AM minus 15 minutes will be 10:45 AM. Okay. And here we can see that in Pabbly Connect, the time which is shown over here is in the UTC format. So it is also correct just because we are going to apply the delay in the next step. And delay feature accepts the time in UTC time zone only. Okay. So we will not be going to change or convert this particular time. So now we want to run this workflow at this particular time and on this particular date only. For that, we have to just come to this plus sign and click on add action step. And here choose the application name as delay. Now it is asking how much delay you want to put in the workflow. So we want delay until, and here we are going to map the date and time that we have got over here from the date and time formatter. Okay. So let's scroll down and come to delay date. And here we are going to map the date and time. Okay, that is 16th of May 2022, 5:15 according to UTC. And now let's click on save and send test request. And here we can see the responses received and we have got the status as success and message delayed until 16th of May 2022 till 5:15. Okay, so here also we can see the instruction is mentioned. The date should be in YY, MM and DD format along with the time zone. Okay, and this should be the format and it should be in UTC time zone only. That is the reason we haven't changed the date and time over here. Okay, and we have kept the same format over here. Okay, so now we want to send the reminder messages on WhatsApp. So let's scroll down, click on this plus sign, add action step. And let us choose the application name as 360 dialog. Select the action event as send template message. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. And now it is asking for the API key and domain. So let us read the instructions. Enter API key here. You can create API key in your 360 dialog account. Log into your 360 dialog account. Move to WhatsApp account page from the left sidebar and click on generate API key button. Okay, so I'll just take you to my 360 dialog account. So this is a dashboard of 360 dialog account. I have added the link of 360 dialog in the description box. By clicking on that link, you can reach to 360 dialog application and get 360 dialog service at a very affordable price than the actual price. Here we have to click on WhatsApp accounts option. And here we can find generate API key option. So simply generate the API key, copy that API key, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste the API key over here. Now once the API key is generated, the same API key can be used for various different connections and workflows. We don't have to generate the API key again and again. Now the domain is required. Enter the domain here which you will get while generating the API key. An example is also given. So I'm just going to copy this example from here and I'll be pasting it over here. Now whenever our account is approved, we get this particular domain by default. In your case, if you get some other domain, please paste that domain over here. After pasting API key and domain, simply click on Save. As I have already created a connection, I'll just choose this option, that is select existing connection, and I'll click on Save. Okay, and now 360 dialog account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we need to select a template. So template is simply a message that you want to send on the WhatsApp number of the customer. As you cannot send the messages directly on WhatsApp, first we need to create a template. We have to get it approved from Facebook, and once the template is approved, then only we can use that specific template for sending the messages on WhatsApp. That is the reason we have to select a specific template over here. So I'll just take you to my 360 dialog account once again, and here we can find Manage Templates option. Click on it. Now here you can see that I have created several templates and got it approved. If you want to create a new template, click on this plus sign, Add Template. Here you can give a name to your template. Here you can select the category as per your requirement. Various categories are available. Here you can select the language of your choice. Here you can select template type. And here you can give template body text. That is the message that you want to send on the WhatsApp number. Then click on Preview and Submit. Then it will be going for the approval. And once this template is approved, you can use the template for sending the messages on WhatsApp. So I'll just close this template and I'll open the one which I have already created and got it approved. And here my template name is Zoom Reminder Same Day. So I'm just going to open the template. Here you can see hello, one number, today is the day. This is a reminder that webinar is set to begin within the next dash. It will start at sharp. Follow the link below to join the webinar. Note, please save this number in your contacts to make the above link clickable. Thank you, Team Pabbly. So in this way, I have drafted a message. You can draft a message as per your requirement. Now here I have given some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the curly braces. So these are the body fields and the values of these body fields are going to change every time. Let's say the name of the registrant is Adam Smith. So in this way, the name will be displayed whenever we are going to enter the values in the body fields. Okay, so every time a new message will get generated and it will be delivered to your registrants. Now here we have given one more important information as a note. Please save this number in your contacts to make the above link clickable. So this is just a suggestion for you. So you can also send this type of note in your messages, just because if the registrant has not saved your number, the link that you will be sending, the meeting link, will not be clickable. Okay. So to make the meeting link clickable, the registrant or the attendee needs to save your number in his contact list. Okay. So we have to select the same template, that is Zoom Reminder Same Day, in Pabbly Connect also. So I'm going to find the same template over here, that is Zoom Reminder Same Day. Now the namespace and the language code is automatically captured, so we are not going to make any changes. Now here we need to give the recipient mobile number, who is going to receive the WhatsApp message. So in our case, the registrants will be receiving the WhatsApp message. So we'll be mapping this WhatsApp number. Okay, let's scroll down. And here let us map the mobile number from Google Sheets. Sorry, we have got it from Iterator. We have segregated it. So we have to map the mobile number. Okay, and here the instruction is also mentioned, enter the recipient mobile number with country code. An example is also given. So we have to enter the country code before the number over here. That is +91 for India. So you have to enter your country code over here. Okay, and remember here you have to map the WhatsApp number of the registrant or the participant. Okay, now it is asking for the body field 1 example name. So let us map the name from Iterator, and the name was Adam Smith. Here it is asking for the webinar name. So let us map it from Google Calendar. We have got the webinar name as webinar on share market. Now here we need to give body field 3, example time. Let us check the third body field. So it will be, this is a reminder that stock market webinar is set to begin within the next 15 minutes. So I'm just going to give 15 minutes over here. 15 minutes. Okay. Now here we need to give body field for example time. So here let us check the template. It will start at sharp, and here we have to mention the time, that is 11 a.m. So the timing was 11 a.m. Okay. And now it is asking for the body field 5, that is the link. And here in the template also, follow the link below to join the webinar. So here we have to give the webinar link. So we have already got the webinar link from Google Calendar, trigger response. So we'll be mapping the link over here. Okay. Let us map the Hangout link over here. Okay. So we have entered all the details. Now let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the responses received. It means the reminder message is sent to your registrant on his WhatsApp number. Let's check the WhatsApp number of the registrant. Okay, and here we have got a new message. Hello Adam Smith, today is the day. This is a reminder that webinar on share market is set to begin within the next 15 minutes. It will start at sharp 11 a.m. Follow the link below to join the webinar. And here you can see that I have saved the number, so the link is clickable over here. Note, please save this number in your contacts to make the above link clickable. Thank you, Team Pabbly. So in this way, we can see that a correct message is generated and it is delivered to the customer. Now here the things to note are the body fields and their values. So the first body field was the name of the customer. The value is displayed correctly. The second body field was the webinar name, that is webinar on share market. It is also displayed correctly. But here I have given the name as webinar on share market. So webinar is displayed 2 times over here. Okay. So you can give a name as per your requirement. The third body field was the time, that the meeting is going to start in 15 minutes. Here we have given the exact meeting time as 11 a.m. Here we have got the link also. Okay. And in this way we can see that all the values are displayed correctly. And in this way our integration is working fine. So let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay. Now we'll not be able to check this in the real time just because this particular workflow is going to run on a specific day and at a specific time, that is just 15 minutes before the webinar start time. So we'll not be able to check this in the real time. So let's just minimize all these windows and we are going to see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. Okay, I'll just minimize all the action steps as well as the trigger window also. So first we have created an integration between Google Calendar and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details of the webinar or the event that you have created in your Google Calendar. Then we have added the action step of Google Sheets because we have the details of the registrants in our Google Sheet. So all the details are captured over here. Then we have used iterator just to segregate the data from the array format to the row format. Okay. Then we have used date and time formatter because we need the time at which this particular workflow should run. That is just 15 minutes before the webinar start time. Then we have applied the delay that this particular workflow should run at the specific date and time only. And at last, we have sent the reminder messages to our registrants on their WhatsApp number. And in this way, we have learned that how we can send the webinar reminder messages on WhatsApp number of our registrants just 15 minutes before the webinar. So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business using Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can visit our Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.